You've been checking sodium labels like your life depends on it. Every meal looks like a low-sodium triumph, but your blood pressure climbed even after cutting salt. Here's the part nobody tells you. Around 75% of adults fall short on the minerals that actually control blood pressure, not sodium. But the minerals on the other side of the equation that nobody told them to track. This is not just a salt problem. It is a mineral problem that has been hiding behind the wrong conversation for decades. And once you see how these minerals actually control your pressure, you will never look at a salt label the same way again. Blood pressure is not controlled by sodium alone. It is regulated by the balance between sodium and two other minerals, magnesium and potassium. Sodium's job is to pull water into your blood vessels and tighten them. Magnesium and potassium's job is to help those vessels relax and to help your body clear extra sodium. When magnesium and potassium are low, sodium wins by default. Blood vessels stay tighter. More fluid stays in the system. Blood pressure climbs not because sodium suddenly exploded, but because the minerals that balance it disappeared. Think of it like a tug of war. Sodium is on one side, magnesium and potassium are on the other. Most people try to weaken the sodium side by cutting salt. The real problem is that the opposite end has almost no one pulling. If you do not rebuild that side of the rope, cutting salt alone will never move the numbers the way you expect. And here is the twist. It is not just that you never added extra pullers. Your daily habits are actively removing the ones already there. Your daily routine is emptying magnesium and potassium faster than you can replace them. Coffee and alcohol act as diuretics. They pull water and minerals out with every trip to the restroom. High-sugar meals flood your bloodstream with glucose and trigger insulin spikes that make you lose more magnesium through your kidneys. Chronic stress keeps your system switched on and burns through magnesium reserves more quickly. These are not occasional indulgences. They are daily habits you repeat without realizing you are emptying the very minerals your blood pressure depends on. Every cup of coffee, every stressful commute, every processed meal is pulling from a reserve that is already running low. You thought salt was the whole problem, but every day you are quietly draining the only thing that can protect you from it. And the older you get, the less room you have for that kind of daily drain. After about 35, your kidneys become less efficient at protecting your mineral balance. If your magnesium intake is low, deficiency accelerates because your body has a harder time holding on to what little you do get. At the same time, blood vessel walls stiffen with age. Stiffer vessels plus low magnesium and potassium mean your pressure reacts more to every extra pinch of sodium. So the salt habits that felt harmless in your 20s can produce much higher blood pressure in your 40s and 50s. Not because you suddenly cannot tolerate salt, but because your vessels lost their mineral safety net. 3 shifts to fix it. Shift 1. Start with minerals, not stimulants. You wake up already in mineral debt. Do not send coffee in to collect first. For the first few minutes, your only job is to put something back in the tank. Drink a full glass of water. Then eat 1 potassium-rich food with breakfast. Half an avocado, a banana, some cooked beans, or a handful of spinach in an omelet. After that, have your coffee with food, not on an empty, already drained system. Shift 2. Build a mineral team into every meal. Magnesium and potassium need to show up during the day, not just once in a while. You do not need a perfect diet. You need 2 or 3 of these players on repeat. Greens with lunch, beans or lentils a few times a week. These don't need to be perfect meals. They just need to show up consistently. Shift 3. Rebuild at night. Daytime is about supply. Night is about repair. Before bed, give your body a focused dose of magnesium-rich snack, like pumpkin seeds or a small square of dark chocolate. Night is when your nervous system and blood vessels downshift. You do not need a 2-hour night routine. You need 1 consistent message at the end of the day. We are done draining. Now we rebuild. And if you have kidney issues, heart rhythm problems, or you're already on blood pressure medication, check with your doctor before adding any supplement. So the next time you pick up a packet and check the sodium line, don't stop there, because now you know what that label doesn't show you. It doesn't show whether your body has enough magnesium and potassium to balance that sodium. That is why the salt label will never tell you the whole story. Salt was only one side of the story. The missing minerals were the part nobody told you to look for. And if you think blood pressure is the only number this mineral gap is affecting, the next video will show you what else is quietly climbing. It starts with your blood sugar, and most people never connect the two.